Hey everybody, Paul Peterson here.
Brian Snowman Powers.
And today I'm live from MMI, Timotha Lanae.
Wonderful singer, actress, dancer, and songwriter.
Oh, wait a minute. There you go.
Oh, yeah, that's better.
Stay tuned.
From the campus of Minneapolis Media Institute in Edina, Minnesota, this is Live from MMI. Live from MMI is a collaborative effort with the students and staff from MMI and Minnesota's musical community, bringing education and musicianship together. This week on Live from MMI, Timotha Lanae. Your hosts, Brian Snowman Powers behind the board, and yours truly, St. Paul Peterson. Welcome to Live from MMI. Today and during upcoming episodes, you will get a behind-the-scenes look into how a song is recorded, arranged, and ultimately performed live to two-track. Born and raised in the Twin Cities, Timotha Lanae is an actress and recording artist. With a touch of jazz, R&B, soul, and hip-hop, she mixes these all together to create an emotional experience for her listeners. Timotha wrote all but 2 of the 12 songs on her debut album, Red. Red is a 2-part project that bridges the gap between the record industry and musical theater. She's received love and support from radio DJs and audiences in London, and her single, People Pleaser, reached number 6 on the UK Soul charts. Timotha is also an award-winning actress. In 2007, she was named Outstanding Actress in a Musical by the Minneapolis Star and Tribune for her role in Respect, a musical journey of women. She's also been in many other productions, including West Side Story, Irving Berlin's Easter Parade, Footloose, The Producers, All Shook Up, and Beehive. Right now, Timotha is working on her own musical called Reddington. Timotha has performed all over the globe, including South America for the U.S. troops. She was in Japan for theater, the U.K. for her album Red, and also here in the States, including a performance at B.B. King's in New York City. For more information on her live performances, theater appearances, and the production of her upcoming musical Reddington, check out timothalanae.com.
Hey everybody, Paul Peterson here with my partner in crime, Brian Snowman Powers.
I'm not going to jail with you again.
Wow, what a hell of an introduction. And our special guest today, Timotha Lanae. Thank you so much for coming by and doing Live from MMI with us.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely.
You know, I heard that you are from our area. Is that right?
Born and raised, Minneapolis, Minnesota. North Minneapolis, Minnesota.
North Minneapolis.
Yes.
Shout out to North. You got the
North
shout out.
side, yeah.
All right.
So tell me a little bit about your upbringing, your musical background, artistic background. I've heard that you're an actress as well.
Yes, I am. Well, that's a lot, all in one.
That was 6 questions. That's awesome.
I come from a family that loves music. My father, I feel, is my main inspiration for my love of music. Because growing up, he had all the greats, all the great tapes back then. It was tapes.
Mm-hmm.
Like Motown, The Temptations, and then he had like Sade and the gospel greats like Andre Crouch and the Winans. So I just feel like I grew up listening to so much music and so many different types of music, and that just inspired me to always want to sing. So I've always loved to sing.
And how have you blended the actress and the musician together?
Well, I do a lot of musical theater, so it's easy to blend acting.
There's the blend, right?
Exactly. So it's on stage. I love to dance. I love to move. People say I'm theatrical, so it just kind of works. But I do. I get this from my mom. I talk with my hands. But yeah, I love music and performing. And so to me, with musical theater, it's a good way for me to be able to sing and dance, and then also play a character. And then with my album and with writing and things like that, it's a way for me to just express myself through music and kind of write a story through the songs.
Sure.
So I've actually written a musical called Reddington that kind of combines my 2 loves with the theater and music together. So
have you finished that yet?
Yeah, Reddington, it's done. The first draft of it is done. We're in like phase 2 of it, which is doing readings and getting together all the different actors to do readings for artistic directors and things like that. So the music is done. I'm working with J.D. Steele from Famous Steele family, and he's working with me on the music, and so it's really, really exciting. I'm really excited about it.
So you also have a record out right here,
yes.
Red. And tell me,
Red.
you actually...
And Red, my fingernails.
There you go. Oh, you're all color coordinated today.
Yeah.
So you worked with one of our faculty members, Mr. Ben Obi.
The one and only.
How did you guys meet? Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, man, we're going back now. So I was actually singing at a friend of mine's wedding. And then someone else who's a music legend here in the Twin Cities is Pepe Willie.
Of course.
And he was he was at the wedding and came up to me. He's like, how would you like to perform in Puerto Rico and the Bahamas and Cuba?
Have you do that?
Yeah, and I was like, I'd love that if it could happen.
Love you, Pepe.
And then he was like, well, I have somebody I'm gonna give you a number to. And then it was Ben Obi. Ben Obi called me, and next thing I know, a month later, I'm in the Bahamas and Puerto Rico performing.
For real?
Yeah, for real. So that was how we got connected. And from then on, he was like, well, what about, do you like to write? Do you like to record? I was like, yeah, I love that. I want to do that. And so we've just been working together ever since. And then here comes Red.
Yeah, and you wrote how much of this record?
10 out of the 12 songs on the record. One of them is a cover of Dizzy Gillespie's Night in Tunisia, and the other track was written by Johannes Tona. Wonderful bass player. Yeah, he wrote the title track Red. So, yeah.
Oh, that's great. Now, you have been traveling all over the world and with your acting and your music, and I know you've got some exciting stuff coming up next week.
Yeah, I do.
What's going on?
Well, I just got back from London. I've been doing a lot over in London, and we're releasing the album over there, and so I'm really excited about that. I signed with an agency there, RM2 Music.
Great.
Yeah, so it's really exciting doing when I was there this last March, I performed at the world famous Jazz Cafe, and that was really exciting.
You have that in common.
Yeah, hey,
yeah,
yes, I know, hey. But yeah, so I was just in London, and then I've also done things in Japan for theater. Mm-hmm. I was over there during that earthquake that happened, and that one. So I love Japan though, but the earthquake was a little scary. But next week I'm going to be going to New York, performing at the world famous BB King's with Alexander O'Neill, another
Minnesota legend.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. And it's funny because I got to see Alex at the Jazz Cafe when I was in London. And the next thing I know, a month later, I'm performing with them in New York. So we're going to New York and DC. So
tell us how to get a hold of this CD.
Well, right now it's on iTunes, not the full CD because we haven't fully released the whole CD.
Okay.
But their singles are on iTunes. I have a single with Stokely Williams from Condition,
another
and then
Minnesota
Minnesota music legend, and a couple other singles. Talking to Myself, People Pleaser, which I also have videos for. If you go to YouTube, you can check those out. But iTunes is where you can find the singles, and then it'll also be released on iTunes, the full album in July. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, thank you so much. We'll be back with some wonderful music from Timotha very soon. Right now, we're going to head over to some tech tips. And I'm going to be talking with one of my favorite microphone companies, Electro Voice, and Mr. Michael Dussault. And so we'll be back at you here very soon. Greetings and welcome back, everybody. Brian Snowman Powers here. We're going to do a little gear talk now live from MMI. I'm here with my good friend, Mr. Michael Dussault from Electro Voice. Thank you for coming. This company has been around since 1927. You may not know that their microphones have been in space. Neil Armstrong used one when he spoke his famous words. They invented the shotgun mic, which won an Academy Award. And they also invented the single coil humbucker pickup, which, I mean, that's everywhere, right? And so thanks for coming. Tell me about how the company got its name.
Yeah, well, thanks, No, for having me. I appreciate it. Well, the company originally started in South Bend, Indiana, and it was just a small microphone repair shop originally. And the famous Notre Dame football coach, Newt Rockne, had commissioned the guys to build him a PA. He was getting up in years and having trouble really shouting instructions to all the different practice fields for Notre Dame football. So they built him a PA, and he called it his electric voice. So that's where Electro Voice kind of came from. So kind of interesting roots in sports and in music, and that's all came together, you know.
Sweet. Now you guys are in our backyard now, is that correct?
Yeah, from South Bend, they moved to Buchanan for quite some time, and then moved to Minneapolis. Our world headquarters is now in Burnsville, Minnesota. So all of our engineering staff, all of our customer service, all of our marketing, sales, so on and so forth, we're based here in the Twin Cities, and really proud of our heritage here and being able to grow relationships here locally as well as globally. Minneapolis is home for us, and certainly working with MMI has been really important for us.
It's so great to have such great gear company right next door. And we use all EV mics for our labs, for our interviews, and even some of my favorites like the RE20, which has a little bit of history. We're going to talk about that here in a second, but great on like hi-hats, drums, vocals, bass, all kinds of things. Saxophone. I'm a saxophone player. Yeah. And there's a line of these that are all kind of similar. And you want to tell us a little bit about, that whole idea?
Well, yeah, you've got several different versions. I mean, there's really only one RE20, and that one was originally developed in the 60s, so it's nearly 50 years old, and the technology is really virtually unchanged in the 20, but it's seen a few tweaks over the years. What made the RE20 really unique and still to this day, it was its ability to virtually eliminate proximity effect. So whether you're right up on the microphone or back a ways, you get a very even tone out of the microphone, which of course people love, and you can throw it up and get great results, not only in a studio type setting, but also in live sound. It's very predictable, and it always sounds great. So from there, they actually developed this guy for a while, which was the PL20, and this because the RE20 had been so popular in broadcasting, they really wanted to market this microphone to musicians and to studios. So that's where the PL came into town. Then from there, they developed the RE27, which is a similar version, but features a neodymium magnet and actually a slightly brighter sound and about 6 to 8 dB hotter output. And then most recently, we added this guy here, which is the RE320, which again has a neodymium capsule, but not quite as bright as the 27 and at a lower price point, so it's accessible to more people. So.
Now, obviously, Electro Voice has many different types of gear in the market. They're definitely not just microphones, but real quick, can you tell me anything that's new or hot off the presses that we're going to be looking for?
Latest is some of our powered loudspeakers that have come to market. Just started shipping this week our brand new ZLX line of powered speakers. There's a 12 and a 15 in the line, and they're fantastically priced, and they're amazing. But loudspeakers, amplifiers, DSP, microphones really built our reputation around live sound is what we do very well.
And you guys are in First Avenue now, right?
Yeah, First Ave, State Theater, Pantages Theater, and just added Varsity Theater to the mix here in the Twin Cities. So very proud of those venues here locally, but on a larger scale, obviously all over the world. Cowboy Stadium is the largest install, but touring, everything.
So before we wrap it up here, can you tell everyone where they can find Electro Voice, like on the web? And that
yeah, absolutely. Check out electrovoice.com or on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/electrovoice.
Michael, thank you so much for coming, and we'll be back with Timotha Lanae very soon.
Thanks, Noel.
Welcome to Live from MMI, Timotha Lanae.
Convince you to be happy in your skin. Every imperfection, like the air, just breathe it in. You don't have to be flawless, 'cause nobody is. You have to do is just be you, be you, be you. All you have to do is be you, be you, be you. Baby, be you. I wish you could see it. You're an angel without wings, a heart that's unselfish, a ray of light is what you bring. You have natural beauty that everyone wants. All you have to just be you, be you, be you.
Cool. What'd you think, Timotha? You want to do one more, or you like that?
I feel like it was okay. What do y'all think?
I like it.
We should be asking what producer extraordinaire
Yeah,
Ben
where's
Obi
the
thinks.
Ben Obi, our
What do you think, Ben?
producer says
Scrap it. Do it.
Scrap it, do it again.
No, it was great. It was
Okay.
great.
it was good.
Suspect.
He's buying it.
Who said suspect? Was that Snowman?
I say nothing.
Well,
Now-
cool. We'll be back with more music with Timotha Lanae. Well, that's it for this episode of Live from MMI. I want to thank my partner in crime who's hanging on me over here, Mr. Brian Snowman Powers.
You smell terrific.
Oh, thank you. And I want to say thank you so much to the staff here at MMI for letting us do this show. All the students who've been helping, JD, Michael on staff here, you guys are fantastic. Am I forgetting anybody?
We want to thank EV, our sponsor for today. Great microphones. Thank you again to the students and the lab staff, Tommy and Keith and Andy and all those guys, and the band and everybody. Thank you.
Timotha, before you play us off with one, of course, we want to thank you so much for being with us. Would you please introduce the band?
All right. Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you to MMI for having me. This has been so much fun, Paul.
Sure has
But
been.
you know, I got to give shout-outs right here to Ryan Bynum on the keys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then over here on guitar, we have Devo D.
Devo!
And back here on the drums, we have Jay Corcoran.
Jay!
And then, of course, they're waving. You know, that was Snowman. But here on the bass, Paul Peterson.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's fun to play with y'all.
And then, of course, my boy right here on the vocals, Kanandre Lee.
Kanandre.
Yes.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's take us out with a song.
All right.
Fallin'.
Never thought that you would captivate my brain. At the same time, have my body doing things unfamiliar. This is something I don't do. Now, how I get so into you? I think I'm falling fast, deep, hard, blind, fast, deep, hard, blind, fast, deep, hard, blind. Oh, I think I'm falling. Here's my heart is calling. Ba 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 da ba 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 da. Ba 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 da ba da ba 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 da. Yeah yeah. Ba ba da ba da ba ba
thine. My senses overload when I'm lost in your arms. Pure excitement is the order of the day. Now maybe we should misbehave. I think I'm falling fast, deep, hard, blind. Fast, deep, hard, blind. Fast, deep, hard, blind. Oh, I think I'm falling. Here's my heart is calling. See what I feel for you, it's chemistry. Yeah, when lightning strikes, don't fight it, let it be. You're the one for me. I think I'm falling fast, deep, high.